Hello guys, my name is Sugadana and you are watching SD Robotics. So many of you have asked me to show how this all web server IoT project works, where this Raspberry Pi is hosting a web server, and through all of my devices which are connected to this same local network, I can access to my web page and I can control all of my home appliances. If you have not seen the part 1 video, then go and check it out, where I have shown you the demonstration of the project, how it works, and all the pinout diagrams. Don't worry, I will explain in this video also, but that was a demonstration video, and I will not explain any of the I will not show any of the demonstration. Just I will show you the code and how it works. I will be showing you all the working principles of this code. So let's go inside the computer and troubleshoot the issue. Not troubleshoot, see the code. Okay, so one chutki and we are inside. So now we are inside the web page, and many of you know that how this web page is working. And here is switch 1 and switch 2. Whenever I will click this, it will turn on, it will turn off, and that stuff like that. And the data which we are going to print into that LCD screen, and the data which we get from the sensor are the room temperature, humidity temperature, and the IR sensor value. And at the bottom you can see that Raspberry Pi temperature and the IP address with 2 more buttons for doing some interesting stuffs, right? So let's go to the coding part and let me show you the coding part. So let me start with the HTML part, the web page part. So if you have a basic knowledge of HTML, then it is pretty good. Everything will be like a pinch of salt only. And yeah, you are seeing this in the comment part, because before making this video, it was password. Whenever I will enter to the web page, it will ask a password. So that was troubling me a lot, because again and again writing a password, it's quite hilarious. So I removed this part for this video purpose only, but I will explain you how it works. So I have used the JavaScript part by writing the script, and after that I have given a while loop, and inside that while loop I have taken a variable known as pass, and I will take the data from the user in a prompt where it will ask to enter the password. Now I have taken a if condition. If the pass is equal to Sukarna Jana, then it will break the loop and it will start this body part, this colorful part, and else it will loop again by saying this error that sorry, you have entered the wrong password. So that was the basic part. Now let me go to the main part, where all the information is been switched here and there. Okay. Whenever we click that button, turn on and turn off button, so it will send a link that slash switch 1 on, otherwise slash switch 1 off. This like only simultaneously for this also, switch 2 on, switch 2 off. So these are the basic part. Means I will explain you all that in Python part only. You will get to know why I have used this type. So you need to give a link, and I hope if you have a basic knowledge of HTML, then you know that whenever we put 2 curly braces and inside that we put any value, then it is a variable which is going to get a data from outside of the code. Yeah, so in this case it is saying that status, where we are getting the data of LEDs on or off, that all stuff. Okay. So yes, that's why we have used that curly braces part. And this is the part where whenever it will be getting a part that slash display, then it will means whenever it will get slash display, then it will display the whole content which is written in this input part, and it will print into that LCD screen whenever we will click this submit button. So this was the part, small part, and I have said you that this curly braces, and inside this curly braces, this like RT, RH, IR, they are all the variables which should be same equal to that part which in the Python part. And many of you have asked that whenever I click this not working part, it sends a message to my phone. That is, I have created a toggle button in IFTTT by webhook and Android message. Whenever I click that that link, it sends a message to my number which I have written on that while making that IFTTT. If you want to know that how to make a project using IFTTT, then comment me below. I will be explaining that also. Okay. This was all the HTML part, web page part. And if you want this all codes, this in link, see, sorry, link is there in the description below. You can go and check it out. If you can download it from GitHub, or you can go to my blogging page and you can see explain with thoroughly, each and everything has been explained there also. Okay, now let's go to the server part, where all my server part works. So I have used the Flask library, by which I will host a web page to my local network. So Flask, capital F, Flask, this will start the, what we can say, yeah, this will start a server. And the render templates means the MySQL part, which we are, all the data which we are getting in this S part inside this curly braces, to feed some data from the server to the page. So we use that render templates. And request is for this, yeah, this LCD part. Whenever we will click submit, it will request to print something in the LCD. So that's why we are using this request part. And the second library which you have included, that CPU temperature, which is from the GPIO 0 library, to give the server data. Means, let me show you, not this, sorry, yeah. So to show that what is the server temperature, which is 50 degrees Celsius right now. So to print that only, it is, we are using this CPU temperature. And another is button. Yeah, I know there is no button, but did you remember that we have IR sensor? For that IR sensor only I have used a button. Instead of that I have used a button. So yeah, and LED to bring that two LEDs. Instead of LED, we will be putting a servo motor to control the home appliances. And for today's video, I have explained with only two LEDs, because I was having relays, but working with high volts, it's not safe for you also. For demonstration purpose only I have used that LED part. Okay, and I have used the Pygame library mixer part to play a music, play music, the audio file which you have seen. I hope you have seen that audio file also. Here I have two audio file, one is error and one is turn off the servo. This was the two parts. And the request, I have included the request library to print, means whenever I will click that not working part, it will press a link which is provided by the IFTTT. To press that link only, I have put a request part. And this is the import part of the socket, where I will be getting the data of where I will get the data of IP address, which IP address it is connected or not, that also. And I have used system library, because the DHT sensor and my LCD drivers library, which is there in Python, to control it from the Python, they are in other directory. And I have saved my code in other directory. So to bring from that directory to this directory, so I have used the system import system, and I have go to that directory where my library is there, and I have imported that two libraries also. Yeah. So now in the 14th line, you can see that I have taken a variable known as app, and I have started the server. So the template format means where is my server web page. I have put that location, where is my web page. And yeah, B is button number 14. Button number 14 means GPIO 14. Yeah, GPIO 14 is my B, means IR sensor only. And the sensor of DHT11, which is in pin number 4, not GPIO 4, pin number 4. So if I calculate 1 2 3 4, not pin number 4. Pin number 4 is the 5 volt part. It is a GPIO 4. Yeah, it is a GPIO 4. And the two LEDs of GPIO 18 and GPIO 15, means the two relay parts. Okay, now I have started the LCD part. And so whenever we will write that @app.router, then by default there will be a slash. So whenever there will be a slash, means the main page which you can see this part. Okay, once again I have entered to the wrong part. Sorry. Yeah, whenever I will turn on this, means whenever this is a default part, right? Whenever I will click this part, then I will get this page. So to turn on this page, I have used the slash, only single slash, nothing else. Now def start, you can take any name. I have written start. And global data which we are going to print on that HTML part. So here I have taken code for printing the servo temperature. So I have, so by this code I have got the data of servo temperature, and by this code I have got the IP address of my server, and I have, by the DHT sensor I have got the humidity and temperature sensor also. Now the B dot is pressed means yes, IR is yes, otherwise no. So now how I will print the data to this HTML part? To print the data, here I have taken a dictionary. If you have a single data to print, then you can directly write here only. Otherwise, if you have multiple data, then you need to print, make it like a dictionary, and you can put. So the RT was my temperature. So let's see the RT part. So where was this RT? Yeah, this RT says the room temperature. So yeah, this was a temperature, and RH is means the keys which you are taking, that should be same the variable which you have taken in the HTML part also, and the values can, you can put by this all codes which you have written here only. So after that, after making a dictionary, you will return this. So return render templates. Render templates means it will print all the data which you have taken from here by in the HTML page. So the HTML page is this. If your HTML page is in other directory, then you need to put that directory whole directory name, and star data, which will print all this data to that HTML page. Means, okay, once again I have entered to the wrong part. Okay. Yeah, means this all data it will print that, like 29 degrees Celsius, 82 degree, that also percentage, yeah, also. Okay, so after printing this all data, so now we will start to take some input and output. Okay, so the proof for taking that input and output, here I have taken in bracket I have taken a random variable known as issue. So after that issue I have taken a def, where I have taken this same argument, not argument, parameter, which is known as issue, and if issue is equal to off. Now how we can know that is equal to off or not? So you can see a slash after that a issue, means if I okay, sorry, once again I have entered to the wrong part. Yeah, so whenever whenever you can see, whenever I will click this part, then it will show that it slash off, you can see at the top. So whenever it will see the slash top means issue, if that issue is equal to off, then it will play this part, and if it is that not W means not working, so it will play this tune, and it will press this link. So by this library I will going to press this link. Whenever I will press this link, I will get a message to my phone, and yeah, and the audio will also play. And now I need to put the data in that server also, that I can come to know that the message has gone to the means message has came to my phone or not. So I have used that data dot update to update that dictionary part, and I have taken an I variable. As you can see here only, the I variable in the bottom part, yeah, this is the I variable. So print that here it will print that okay, your request has sent to the server side. And again, to print this data to that server means to that web page, again that render underscore template and the page name and the data which you are putting. Now the switch on and off, so same like that on it at the top part, slash switch part and slash state, it is on or off. So yeah, so I have taken a if condition. If switch is this first part, if it is written switch 1, if it is written switch 1, and if it is on. Now I have shown you this part only, here only, that button where the button is. So slash switch 1 on. So when it will get the slash switch is equal to 1 and state is equal to on, then it will turn on the LED 1. This like the whole part works. And once again I need to give the data to my server web page, that it has on or not. For that same I will include the dictionary and I will print by using render underscore templates. Now the main part where I will display whenever I will display the data in my Raspberry Pi, that in that LCD screen. So I have taken this LCD screen by which is slash display. As you know here that yeah, you can see slash display. Whenever this slash display will be calling, then all data which we have written in that box means yeah, in this box, whatever data we will print in this box, it will start showing on that side. Okay, let me go. Yeah, so method is equal to, we have taken our two library, post and get. So post means we will get the data, and get means no, sorry, the post means the client is, means the web page is saying to post something, and to get means it will take something from us. So yeah, wherever, sorry, I have taken one more def screen, and if the method is equal to post means whenever I will click that submit button, it will be is equal to post. Now by this I have taken a result variable known as result, and request dot form. Request dot form will help me to take all the data which is given in that box. And yeah, it will be whenever we will get this result value, it will be in the dictionary type. So in that, after that dictionary type, I need to fetch the data and I need to put into this part. So this display dot lcd underscore display underscore string, where I will put the dictionary part. I have told you that it is a dictionary, so I need to put only the value, not the key part. So I will write that dictionary name, which is screen data dot get, which is the key number is L1. Let me show you the L1 where it is. So this is the input part where the name is L1. So whenever we will get this L1, then it will put that value in this and it will print. And once again, as you know, to print the data that it has gone or not, same. Now at last I have put the if name is equal to main, and host is equal to host 0.0.0.0. Why I have done this? If I write that host 0.0.0.0, then I can access through any of the devices which is connected to this local network, and the port number is 8000, and the debug is true, because if there is any error, then it will show me in the web part only. So this was all of the data which you have learned today. If you have something learned today, I know it was little bit boring part, but yeah, it was a total explanation, and I have told you that everything is given in the link in the description below. If you want to make this project similarly like me only, then always. So I hope you have learned something. If you learned something, then don't forget to hit that like button, and dislike button is also available, you can. And if you want to see this type of project, and if you love my explanation, I will try to be better more, and my English, I will make my English also more good. Okay, so for today this much only. Bye bye, happy coding, happy learning.